say, Smooth, what you doing to the Impala now? I'm gonna get that self-propelled transmission cooling fan out of there. And not only am I getting it out of there, but remember the new fans I put in there? They out of there. Bam. Bam. Let's get some cooling going on that transmission. I'm out here on the Impala SS again, on the 95. And today, what I have to do is change my lugs. Because as you see, that is for the lug come out of the screw tight. And I got that one loose. But that's not enough. It's not enough lug to hold, especially if you're thinking about doing donuts and spinning out. You need to change the lug. And because I have a Ford 9-inch in here, Ford 9-inch rear end, so I guess I'll be showing everybody how to take the axle out on a Ford 9-inch. Take the axle out, take the short lugs out, and put some longer lugs, studs in there. I said lugs, but they studs. But anyway, that's what I'm doing now. Let me get started. Okay, in order to do these on a Ford 9-inch, first thing you have to do is take the calipers off. Once you remove the caliper, you remove the caliper bracket, remove the rotor, and then you have to tap the axle out, completely out, so you can change the studs. So let me get to it. Ratchet on it. But for the top bolt, I can use the ratchet. Now the whole bracket with the calipers and everything should come off. And there it is. I don't really want that to hang, but I guess it's all right in that plastic. So, next thing, remove the rotor. I'll be using the rotor again in a few minutes. Now, the car is in neutral, so I have to rotate the arm around and take these. There's some screws inside the there's some screws inside of the axle, and there's a little hole right here on the axle where you can rotate it around and get to each screw. So there's one. So let me take these four, it's four in there. So let me take these 4 screws off, then I get ready to bump the axle out. Now that the screws are out, there is a retainer clip that holds in the bearing. And so once I get that retainer clip out, I don't know if you can see it, it's inside there, but I'm gonna remove all the bolts and then I'll get to that retainer clip. Okay, I have removed all the screws. These are the screws that go from the back of the axle to hold the retainer plate in and to hold the bearing in that's right on the axle. So you have to reach in and get the retainer plate. Loose. I guess I need to release the emergency brake, baby. There we go. So now, what I'm going to do is, generally you take something behind it and tap it because you don't really have any room to put the stick. So that's when I'll come in with the rotor in. The rotor on, and screw it down and the grasp the legs. I like to put it on that tight, just a little bit. Now, I'm going to tilt the car so the car leans up on this side so that much fluid won't come out this way. In case we lose some fluid, I got the paint here. So I'm grab the hammer and start hammering. Let me get behind it. Check it. I ain't broke loose yet. Put a little bit more pressure on it. And come around. Sucker ain't broke loose yet. Oh yeah, it don't broke loose. So I probably can pull it out with my hand now. But I'll keep tapping. It don't broke loose. And there we go. So now I can remove the rotor. Careful you don't drag the it's a rubber washer in there. And there you go. That's how you remove an axle off a Ford 9-inch. And now the fun part. Fun part is you want to take one of your old lugs. I had one that I was using and been beating on. This is one on. So I've been beating on the head. Set it there. Because these are the ones I'm putting in. You see the difference. Yep. Big boy style. Let's see. Yep. So let me beat these out Then I'll actually use the drill to pull these in. And that's how you change the studs on the Ford 9-inch axle. Just in case there are some people who've never seen lugs taken out of an axle, I'm gonna show you. That's an old screw. You want to screw on there. Really good. Hold the axle with your other hand, and then just take a big hammer and knock it. You can be real gentle with a heavy hammer. You don't have to do it. You don't have to hit it as hard. That's why you can hold it with your off hand. You want to do each and every one the same way. It's no big deal. Just gently tap. That's it. That's how you take them out. You take the rest of them out, and I get ready to press the other ones in. I'll turn you back on. Okay, in order to put the new ones in, these are the new ones. They're up there. And we need some kind of washer right here, so I'm going to use one of these spacers. And I got some washers. I'm going to put on there. And I'll grab the nuts. Right on there. Make sure you hold it. You hear that sound? It's on there. Good. Be careful, these screws are hot. And I don't want to use the same screw. I might ruin the threads on the screw, which in turn will ruin the threads on the stud. That's in fact how you put them back on. So let me finish that up. Okay, I got the longer studs in, and this is a spacer on there. One of the reasons I needed it. Got the long studs in on both sides. Got the axles back in. And so tomorrow, I'm going to work on my emergency brake cable. If you can see it right there, the drive shaft don't tow it up. And so I'm gonna find me a nice wheelwood brake cable that I can use back here. But right now, the longer studs are in, looking good, and can't wait to do the front. Finally got this part in, and there it is right there, part number. It's a wheelwood cable kit for parking brakes, and I also have these things. These are remote vent valves that goes at the edge of the gas tank. As you see right there on the little diagram, hold it up, stop the gas from leaking out. Now I can probably fill my tank up. But yeah, this is the parking brake. So finna get ready to take the old parking brake off. I should have had it off already, but let me get started on that. Okay, as you see, I have half of the parking brake cable out, and got to do a little fabrication here. This is how it was set up. This right here, of course, was inside of that connector. And so this piece right here came with the new wheelwood set. So what I'm about to do is drill this hole open a little, and so I can put that on there with my own screw set up. I don't know what they'll do with the screw. Yeah, I'm gonna try to take the screw through there so I can make this a connection right there. So when you push down on the parking brake, it'll pull the cable tight. But just got to do minor fabrication here. So I already got my drill bit, so let me see how this is gonna work, and the rest of the cable will hook up to this going to each wheel. So I'm gonna have to cut some cable because the cable is extra long, but once I get it in here, I'll fade back in with y'all. Okay guys, back out here, just finished up the parking brake. So I want to show you the wheel wood setup. That is the wheel wood setup. That is the original cable that going into inside the car where you mash down on the parking brake. And from that gold piece all the way back, it's the wheel wood setup. And yeah, no reason to trace the cable to each tire. They're going to each tire in the back, but that is the setup right there. And this is where I had to do a little fabrication. This connection right here is the original connection that connects both cables in the original setup by GM. So I just took one of the cable out in the rear. I just took all of that out and just drilled a little hole so I can put that screw in to hold that connection plate to the wheel wood setup. That's the only fabrication we did. It didn't take that much. So that's the parking brake setup. But now that I'm finished with my finished with the wheels, let me show you the new studs. Those are the new studs. I just got one lug in there. Those are the new studs. Give you a lot more thread than before. Where before you couldn't even see the thread. It was on the inside of that lug. So yeah, that's where we at. And since I got this tie on, I'll show you the other side. I haven't put the tie on yet. See how long, how long the new studs are. But here's the clip in the back where the wheel wood set up. I don't know if you can see it, but this right here, that's the new, with the new cable that's traveling along to the setup in the front that I just showed you. So I get a good image of it. All right, guys, well, that's it. Let's move out.